Missed some spots, but we have radio set AN/American Navy, that is, URT 24. So I took all this apart. Looks different, doesn't it? This rig here. Cleaned it, checked the modules. They all look pretty good. No damage, nothing like brand new actually inside. Just dust collects on these things. And I gotta clean this off here. I missed a spot. Oh my goodness, Major. So this is kind of bent, but that's not a problem. This moved. It looks okay, sitting on a national radio. Wow. Can we see it? I worked on this a year ago. Well, not 10 months ago. ANWRR2A. All 300 pounds of it. Believe it or not, that's one radio receiver. Got this a long time ago from Thomas Brent, who was a collector of such things. Prices were reasonable back then, but not anymore. So now we got this guy cleaned up. I had to drill some holes in the side to replace a nut on the rack that holds it all together, which is on the side here. And you see that rack? So I was busy doing that. Okay, we have the radio receiver. Looks good. The exciter, which puts out about 1 watt or 100 milliwatts or something like this. Okay. Because you receive on the band you select, transmit on the band you select, and that goes into the final, which goes to 100 watts RF output. So we got a bit of dirt there. No, okay. All nice and clean. Called amplifier, primary power, RF output, and antenna coupler. Woohoo! And to go by individual names, of course, like, get up close here. AM 3007/URT amplifier. Radio frequency. Okay, we know what that means. Righto. And we have here URR, anywhere from 48 to 400 cycles, input 110 volts. I need date on here, modulation date, manufacturing date. Come on, put it on there, size. And down here, is this missing? No, it's not. It's just R. Well, okay. And we have here T827B. No date on that too. It came from Fair Radio in 1994. Complete. Tested by Phil Salati or George Salati. And again, this came from Thomas Brent. Now this thing, I wanted to clean it and check it. It had an extra one of these shock mounts, berry mount supports on it, which didn't look right and was upside down and everything. I took that off and put it over here because I have other ones. So there's this shock mount. Needs a bit of cleaning, but okay. That was a spare one that came. And I have more here, which, this is one of the receivers that you see me use. And I have a couple of more over here, around the corner. So I'll join them all together. Going back even further than the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even 90s when those were used. Very interesting receiver and transmit as. Going back to the 40s and 30s. Whoa! This little beastie, a national radio again. Krenko black paint. It had, these are coils. So you take these coils out, right? And plug them in here. So for different bands. And here is the power supply for it. And audio amplifier. How cool is that? I
I don't know.
Alrighty, so this is ancient stuff, but it's really cool to work with. And ancient stuff hasn't got all the modern filters in it, you know. This raw, picking up raw RF, and there's one of the coils in here. And these levers here you put down. And these should pop out, but it's kind of stuck in there right now. Oh, almost. So, pull that out, put it back in here, and then you're all set for another bank of frequencies. More old black relics. Crinkle paint, usually, number one. There's another National, which I showed you the other day. I repaired that one. Another one over here. An old black beastie. And I have another one somewhere. Submarine radio. Where'd you go off to? Hiding. Over here somewhere, I think. Anyway. Then we have the R390s. Okay. URR. Got this Magnavox, old-time blackfellow, right here, 30s and 40s, early days of ships and things, all with the Navy. So what else am I going to talk about? I got these R392s. They're meant to be, they're rugged, will stand airdropping and all that stuff. Separate power supply, 24 volts, and it works off standard small 24 volt battery if you want to do it that way. So it's all complete with speaker and microphones and other things. Brilliant engineering on these things. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. It took up a bit of time, but I had to do it. And I got these guys tested. They all test fine. You may notice that there's a wire going right to ground on it because they're self-reactive. You apply voltage. Use them plasma and make a little bit of bang. Let's say if you discharge them, bang. These are quite the capacitors. 50 kilovolts each. Direct current, and I have the direct current power supplies. Ooh, getting weird here. So I got that, rotating magnetic field structuring, klystrons, magnetrons, getting there. Coil arrangements. It's going to get rather interesting in here once all I get organized and get buy yet more pieces and parts. That's kind of the high voltage area, as you can tell. One DC high voltage transformer, 50,000 volts. Another one, 60,000 AC voltage. A lot of these guys that come in need fixing up. That's going pretty fast. And arranging these properly, like in 1988, 86, and 83, and kind of like the apartment lab, but, well, with more dynamic, let's say, electricity units being supplied. Back to transmitters. And other power factors units. Other than that,
I want my hot chocolate.
we have our small version of electrostatic generators. But I built my own in Vancouver. Everything was cheaper back then. It's all available nowadays. It's not around, and if it is, it's costly and that kind of thing. So if you're friendly with me, send me stuff. Okay? Thank you.